Hello guys, Jay Garasso here. Welcome back to my channel. Today we're going to be talking about Dead Space, the very first game that came in 2008. Since the remake, it's on the verge of releasing sometime soon. I decided to talk about this game. So, I gotta warn you guys, So, be warned guys. So, in Dead Space, you start off as engineer Isaac Clarke, responding to an SOS signal alongside his crewmates Kendra Daniels and Zach Hammond. Both of them which are also taking the chance to find his missing girlfriend, Isaac's missing girlfriend, on this stranded mining ship, the USG Ishimura. Well, the game, of course, it's a survival horror, takes place in space, like fully in space. This game, it's one of those games that your parents probably warned you about. Do not play it. It's too scary or too violent, but you still played it anyway. As you see off, you also had two crew members, which they don't last a minute. Well, maybe they last a few minutes in the game, but not much. You'll see off here how they get picked off. Terrifying, isn't it? So this is how Dead Space starts off. You start collecting weapons like the plasma cutter. You'll eventually find yourself with other tools, which are used as weapons, like a line gun, a force cannon, something like that, a compact beam, which these are used as tools for mining, but Isaac decides to use them as weapons. As you progress through the game, you're going to be finding some strange creatures formed from an alien parasite known as Necromorphs, which have been born from their dead tissues. And well, guys, I gotta tell you, these creatures are terrifying. It's like fighting zombies, but way deadlier zombies, like mutated zombies, something like that. So the Necromorphs have originated from a parasite, and in order to kill them, you have to tear them limb from limb. Shoot the limbs instead of shooting to the body. Never shoot the body. That's only going to cause you problems. Dead Space counts with an inventory management system and a shop system too, where you will buy necessities such as ammunition, healing items, weapons, and my personal favorite, the new suits that you can get that will get you more inventory upgrades. You can stack on more items, and of course, it will grant you a little bit more of armor, so you can take even more damage. You can find, let's say, some diagrams that have the suit available for you to purchase at the store. In here, you will see how Isaac fends off a lot of Necromorphs. You'll have sections as this where you have to hold off until a certain timer counts down. It should also be mentioned that Dead Space, it's one of those games where sometimes you might find yourself overwhelmed. Don't feel ashamed if you have to run off from a lot of Necromorphs. Just like use the stasis system, which is a tool that you can use to freeze your enemies and just run away. Don't feel ashamed to do that, because honestly, I would do too if I had no ammunition, if I was overwhelmed. But in this space, you don't have to worry about ammunition. You'll be finding it very often, but some enemies could overwhelm. There's going to be some dialogue sections where you're going to talk with Zach Hammond and Kendra Daniels, both of which are interesting characters. The Dead Space story is very interesting, and I really liked it. It's one of my favorite games overall. But something that I love about the game is the gameplay, how the game works, the blood and gore system, and how the upgrade system works. Because there's an upgrade system that you can actually upgrade your weapons, finding power nodes. You can find power nodes on a blue box on certain areas, or you can actually buy the power nodes for 10,000 credits. You'll be finding necromorphs like this big guy, which it's a pain in the ass to kill. You gotta be careful around him because he does this charge attack that can really overwhelm you very quickly, so be careful with him. You're gonna be finding tough to kill Necromorphs like the Regenerator here, which on this one I am gonna recommend it. Slow him down and run. Don't even bother killing him. I'll show you why. As you can see, the Regenerator, once you tear off all his limbs, or some of his important limbs, um, you'll see that he'll restore his missing limbs, meaning that you can't kill him by just your mere tools or weapons. So you have to run away from the Regenerator. Dead Space consists of 12 chapters. 12 fear-filled chapters. I honestly recommend this game to a lot of people because Dead Space it's a misunderstood horror game. I hear people talking like, "Oh no, I don't really like Dead Space," but those people should really give the game a chance. If you're into survival horror, Dead Space will be your kind of game. And trust me, everything that I'm gonna talk about the game here is gonna be positive. So I should also mention there's some audio logs and test logs and some video logs that will help you understand better how the game works. Or not how the game works, but better said, what happened in the spaceship, what they were working on, their experiments, and what happened during the outbreak on the USG Ishimura. You're also going to be finding on sections where you have to do a little bit of spacewalk, and you're going to have an oxygen meter where you're going to have to be careful how you manage that because there's going to be some oxygen stations, but those are they're not limited time use, but they have to recharge. So you have to be upgrading your rig, which is the hull system and the air system, so you can have more air every time you go on. There's also going to be some air can pickups that you can pick up, and if you're running out of air, you can use it and gain more air. There's going to be a lot of sections where you are going to be doing some zero gravity space jumping, and that part I tell you is pretty cool. I'm going to be showing it pretty soon. This is one of those gruesome scenes that, trust me guys, first time I saw it I was like, damn. Gruesome, isn't it? Well guys, Dead Space is one of those games that everything about it is bloody. Even when the character dies, they tear him apart. They don't just kill him, he just falls, faints to the floor. No, they tear him apart. So, this is one of those sections where you have to do the zero gravity thing. I tell you guys, Dead Space by the time it came out was a pretty damn good looking game, and I gotta give EA Games for that because it came in 2008, and when I was playing it in PC, I felt that I was playing like maybe a PS4 game or something, because it looked good. You are also gonna be finding yourself around some pickups, which are diagrams that can give you access to other weapons. I think I forgot to mention that earlier. And they're also gonna give you some pickups for the ammunition and the medkits you can make. There are only three types of medkits: the small one, which restores a minimum health; the medium one, which restores a large health; and the large one, which restores your health fully. You're also going to be finding bosses like this one. This one is called the Leviathan. It's a very huge mass of infection that has grown inside the ship, and it's causing toxic fumes around one sector of the ship. And trust me, this boss, it can seem intimidating, but some bosses are not. Like, some bosses are misunderstood. So you're not gonna have a hard time taking them. You're also gonna be finding these necromorphs, which you gotta be careful how you shoot them, because these necromorphs, if you shoot them in the belly, they're gonna be throwing these mite creatures, these little creatures that could overwhelm you pretty quickly. They could pounce on you, and they attack in swarms. And trust me, there's not one or two of them. There's gonna be like 20 of them, and you got to be careful with those because a whole swarm of those attacks you. You're gonna be taken down pretty quickly. I should also mention that Dead Space, it's also, once you finish it, you're gonna unlock an even more fun difficulty, like the impossible mode. Impossible mode is just one of those difficulties that the name says it all. It's very challenging. It's different from what you played in normal mode or hard mode. Necromorphs are faster and tougher to kill, and you're gonna be dying a lot of times. If you guys saw the trailer, you see how the many ways Isaac gets killed, so you're gonna be seeing a lot of that constantly. You see these baby Necromorphs? Yeah, these are the least Necromorphs that I like killing. They're like, they can be annoying. It's a shame that they appear in every Dead Space game, so we gotta be mindful of that. There's a section in Dead Space that is the final chapter that you arrive in this planet where the marker, which is a structure, a piece of, what do you call it? Let's say a piece of stone that causes hallucinations to every person that comes near it or even touches it. And Isaac Clarke decides to return it there, so that's when he ends up in the planet where he found the marker. As you can see here, as Isaac Clarke searched for his girlfriend throughout the whole game, he was seeing Nicole, his lost girlfriend. He was seeing her, thinking she was alive, but apparently turns out she's not alive. So you see that all the times he saw her, apparently it turns out that she was dead all along, and he was hallucinating her, which was the marker that made him see all these hallucinations, that she was still alive. You see here, Kendra calls him insane just because of that. Oh, guys. Dead Space, honestly, I could say a lot of good things, and I could tell you guys that I'm super excited for the first Dead Space game. I mean, for the first Dead Space remake game. I'm super excited. If it turns out to be the exact Dead Space 1 game, I wouldn't mind going back to that, because I wouldn't imagine Dead Space on next-gen graphics. So it turns out that Kendra Daniels betrayed Isaac Clarke, which was only interested in the marker, and she worked for an organization interested in that. So she gets what she deserves, and she's taken down in a very gruesome way, where you will meet up with a big-ass monster. That's gonna be the final boss. Now, this final boss, I tell you guys, first time I saw it, I would be honest with you, I would be lying if I tell you that I didn't shit my pants, but I did. So this is the final boss. It takes some dodging and shooting to its weak parts, just like Resident Evil. For some reason, monsters can't stand it to show their weak points. This part you gotta shoot quickly before it tears you apart. And it's pretty hard to aim in this part. This was that part that I really felt the tension, because Dead Space is filled with terror and tension, so get used to that, guys, a lot. So, guys, one of the coolest things is that if you finish the game on any difficulty, you can have a new cleared save, and it doesn't matter on which difficulty you finish it. You're gonna unlock some credits, 10 power nodes. I think that is 50,000 credits, and this cool military suit, which I really loved when I unlocked it. It looks pretty cool, and you unlock it. The only thing is that in order to use this military suit, you have to use that clear save. You can't just start a new game and have the military suit, and that's a bummer. But I guess it makes sense. So yeah, guys, Dead Space. I gotta be honest with you guys. If you haven't played it, now's the time to give it a chance. You can find this game. It's gonna be pretty hard to find nowadays. That PS3 games are hard to and Xbox 360 games are hard to find, but you can find it on PS3, Xbox 360, and PC. You can also find it on Steam. So I I I would encourage you guys to try out the game. It's not bad. It's very good. It's a survival horror game, as you can know, and honestly, comparing it to other survival horror games, Dead Space is one of those must try. If you guys haven't tried it, I would. I honestly hope that the time I talked about it could encourage you to at least try it out. It's a game that I recommend to a lot of people, and honestly, I could relate it to a little bit of Resident Evil. So, guys, I hope that this has explained what you're gonna find in Dead Space. I know that this is my first. I wouldn't call it review because I don't think I did too good, but I hope that you guys at least enjoyed it. It's my very first review, guys. So I hope that you like this. I'll be seeing you on the next one. I'm probably gonna be talking about other games too once I finish them. So, guys, I'll be seeing you on the next one. Diego Russell signing off. And Isaac, watch out, there's something next to you.